Hey, it's Brandon Walker, back in the host chair, hosting Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show. What's up? Hello, everybody. Hello, chat. Let's have good energy today. It's April. It's my birthday month.
Me too.
Yours too.
Yep.
Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Another year older.
Yep.
Another year wiser.
My favorite number as well.
What?
It's my favorite number.
What, your birthday?
No, the age I'm turning.
Oh, yeah, 29.
29.
Yeah, I forgot. Your number is 29, yeah.
Yep.
Today's show brought to you by the Barstool Sportsbook, the one and only sportsbook of the show in Barstool Sports. The Barstool Sportsbook is made for you, our loyal fans and listeners, and is the only place to find exclusive picks and parlays from Big Cat, El Prez, the Pick Central crew. Follow or fade us. Ain't nothing to us. It's up to you. Now, offering a $1,000 bonus for new players. If your first bet loses, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So download, create an account today. Use code PICK, P-I-C-K, to unlock your $1,000 bonus. The Barstool Sportsbook lets you bet however you like with daily odds boost, live in-game wagering, move the line, and teaser bets, and Parlay Plus for bigger payouts. iCasino is also available in select states with table games and slots. You're a big user of the iCasino.
Yes, I am. It's amazing.
Download, create an account today, and be sure to use code PICK to unlock your $1,000 bonus. That's the Barstool Sportsbook code PICK. Terms apply. You must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Hey, Martin.
There's a lot to talk about today.
There's a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. Rico not here. He's in Houston. Big Ev took my spot after I had my kerfuffle. After I made my snafu.
Rico said he paid for himself. I don't believe it.
I don't believe him either. I think that is an outright lie.
Yep, I think he's lying again.
I think that's a lie.
Yep.
Not to say Rico's a liar, but in this case, he is lying. I don't believe he paid his own. I would need to see receipts.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see the flights and hotel. I did see
Mostly
his Airbnb.
hotel.
No, I saw his Airbnb. His Airbnb is smaller than this room.
Really?
Way smaller.
I still need to see that.
Yeah, I know. I want to see the flight. I want to see the flight.
Just going to need, Rico, you to text me receipts of everything. I would also like your bank account information. Your tax returns would be fine. I was in Chicago. Thank you guys for hosting. I was in Chicago trying to find a house on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
How'd that go?
I'm in the process of negotiating on a house right now.
Really?
I offered. They countered. I offered. They countered.
Ugh.
Now we're in the final stage right now. They said, give us your best and brightest offer. I said, okay. Not going to be all that much better and brighter than what I've given you so far, but we'll see.
Backyard?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you, is it that much cheaper there than here? I don't think it's that.
Not that much cheaper, no.
Like people think that it is,
No.
but it's not.
I think just day-to-day life is, but
Not
not
housing.
this particular, no, this isn't cheap, so.
It's definitely not the best time to buy a house, right?
Marty, I've learned something. I've learned something in my 43 years. It's a great time to buy a house. It's a bad time to buy a house. It's a great time to buy a house. It's a bad time to buy a house. If you need a house, buy a fucking house.
That is facts.
A lot of times they say, oh, gas is too high. Well, guess what? I'm still going to drive, and I'm still going to pull into the pump, and I'm still going to pump the gas. And no matter how much it is, I've got to have it. I've got to have a house. So I'm not going to worry if it's a good time, a bad time. I got to have a house. I got to have gas, so I'm still going to.
That is different. You need the house. It's not like it can wait.
Yeah.
If you can wait, I'd wait. But
Right.
I need a house.
You should do a macroeconomics lesson on inelastic demand.
Yeah, no, exactly. Inelastic demand. That's what I would.
I fucking love inelastic demand.
Inelastic demand is not. It's not elastic. First of all,
It's inelastic.
what does that mean?
Basically, when the price changes, like the demand doesn't change
Right. Yeah. Correct. Yes. That's
because you need to buy the good.
See, why can't you just fucking say that?
never get a sense.
Who do you think
never
are
get a
say
sense
inelastic?
that he's just a lot smarter than we are.
No,
No, I mean I just took one college economics course.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, it was an econ major.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all.
What are we starting with? I feel I got a lot of takes.
Well, I think we have to start with the Final Four.
Which one?
Huh? We're going to
this
start
is-
with the men's Final
All
Four.
right, because this is the first year I've probably ever said which one.
Well, there's a lot of takes to be had on that matter because right now
There's one take.
it is pretty shocking. But the women's Final Four, the women's game is easier to watch than the men's game.
Way better. And
Way better.
I'll tell you why. Why did you turn
They
on
make
the
shots.
Why did you turn the TV on yesterday? Honestly,
stars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have Caitlin Clark where she's pulling up from fucking dry, like she's pulling up from half court. I turned the TV on for one reason. It was for Caitlin Clark. I'm not turning the TV on tonight just because of. I can guarantee you can ask anyone here, they can't name a person on San Diego State, and that's nothing to do against them. It's just facts. They don't have any stars.
Well, let's start with the men's Final Four. It is the going into the weekend. It is the biggest event in sports right now. We have the championship game tonight. We have UConn at 7.5-point favorites. Maybe it's gone up since an hour and a half ago I looked, but it was 7.5 an hour and a half ago. UConn 7.5-point favorites over San Diego State. This has been the tournament of the outlandish. The tournament seeds don't matter. San Diego State gets here by winning a game. I still don't know how they won. They controlled that game for about 0.5 seconds, and it was the 0.5 seconds after that shot. They beat Florida Atlantic 72-71. Marty, I don't know if this is a bold take or not. I would be a lot more interested in tonight if it was Florida Atlantic than San Diego State. And I don't know if that's fair. I guess it isn't fair because San Diego State won the game. To me, Florida Atlantic played a style of ball I wanted to see more against UConn than San Diego State does.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Let me tell you, it wouldn't be by a much higher of a margin I want to watch them play against UConn. I'd much rather Alabama be playing this game than it be Alabama-UConn rematch.
Well, you said this on Twitter. Maybe you blogged it. I don't know. But the point is absolutely correct.
Thank God. I got shit on for that take.
Everybody loves upsets. Everybody loves chaos. Everybody just says the NCAA tournament's the best thing ever because of upsets and chaos. But at the end of the day, Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas, the bigger names and the bigger stars do sell the bigger tickets. And that's the truth. And when you get to a Final Four that has San Diego State and Florida Atlantic, listen, the game was fantastic.
Yes.
More people would have watched it if it were two other teams. That's an objective truth. You can take your feelings out of it. Facts don't care about your feelings.
Oh, God.
So there you go. You're right about that take.
Yes, because also, I'm putting you in a regular Saturday day. FAU San Diego State isn't even a thought in my mind putting on my TV. There's not a thought in my mind that's flipping on, hey, let me watch this game. Because no one cares about them. I understand it's a cool story, but no one gives a fuck.
They did put themselves in a position to make the country care, which was, it is a merit-based tournament, right? Like, it's not a tournament based on your name. It's not a tournament based on where you're from, your resources. It's based on can you win games in this tournament. And they did. So they earned the trip there. The take isn't they shouldn't have been there because they should have.
Yes.
The take is they were there, but more people would have been interested if they weren't.
Yeah, like, this is not us taking away from San Diego State. Like, good for them, but I just don't want to watch them.
But that being said, they did play a terrific game. We had a buzzer beater in the Final Four. It's an all-time moment, and it was a great game. Two upstart programs, two mid-major programs, absolutely gave us a show on Saturday night. I mean, that game was a hell of a lot better than UConn Miami.
Yeah, it was, but that's where people got mad at the take, being like, it was an amazing game. If FAU lost by 10, we'd be like, this is the worst Final Four of all time. That game saved the Final Four.
It did. Now, will tonight be a championship game worth watching? Obviously, we'll watch it. I don't know how to say it. Will tonight be a championship game that redeems this tournament and says, wow, this is an all-time classic?
I've seen people on Twitter saying that it reminds them of TCU Georgia.
It kind of does.
Well, I wouldn't go to that level because under no circumstances can UConn basketball of this year be compared to what Georgia has become in football. I mean, they just got better players than everybody. They steamroll everybody, but in the tournament they've been steamrolling everybody.
They haven't lost to a non-conference team. They're undefeated in non-conference.
Yeah, UConn basketball should be studied by school children. It is one of the weirdest things ever. They are, again, not a blue blood by any stretch of the imagination, but they kind of are. They have played their way into it. They are in their 6th Final Four, and they're 40 minutes away from winning their 5th national title. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yes, so Reeves tweeted something out where so in the last 25 years, 5 national titles since 99.
If they win tonight.
Yep. 5 conference titles. Missed tournament 8 times. 7 times not out of the first weekend. And 3 title games against 5 seeds or worse.
So I think I guess a good comparison for them maybe is LSU football.
Yep.
LSU football has won titles under 3 different coaches this millennium. Has had seasons where they've been god awful. Has had to fire coaches. They go up, down, but when they get up, they win national titles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what UConn is. When they get up, they win national titles.
And what UConn doesn't get credit for is their defense in this year, where like Miami scored 58 points. Miami scores 90 points a game, and that's where everyone is so stupid when they say anything, because I said that UConn is having one of the most dominant March tournaments ever.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, look at the 2018 Villanova team. UConn is beating their teams by a bigger margin than they did. That's just a fact. That's stats, and that's a fact. So if they win tonight by like another big margin, they are going to be probably one of the best March teams we've ever seen.
Yeah, UConn. Let's see. So let's go back through their.
So they have covered 5 games as favorites, and so did that 2018 teams. The 2018 Villanova team went 6-0 against spread all as favorites. If UConn wins tonight, they would do the same.
So they started the tournament by playing Iona. All right, and they won by 24 points. They then played St. Mary's. They won by 15 points. They then played Arkansas, who, by the way, had beaten Kansas. Arkansas beat Kansas. Arkansas also can score. They beat them 88-65. They beat them by 23. They then played Gonzaga. You know what Gonzaga can do? Score. They can score. 82-54. Then they play Miami, who can score. 72-59. They've given up 63-55, 65, 54, 59. They haven't gotten out of the 60s. And they're not beating tomato cans. You know, Gonzaga is a hell of a program, a hell of a team. Arkansas probably underperformed this year, but they beat Kansas. Like, Arkansas was good, and UConn is just beating the shit out of all of them. Now, in the Final Four, they played 2 5 seeds, so this was probably going to be, I don't know how many Final Fours have been won by beating teams, 2 5 seeds. Well, we'll see. But they're the prohibitive favorite. Does San Diego State have any chance?
Yeah, they do, because
they play defense too.
Their style of play, but so my thing is, first, the Villanova team.
Yeah.
Their victory margin of victory was 17.6 points per game in NCAA, and then UConn's has been 20.6 points per game.
Now, I would throw a caveat in there, and I don't know the answer to it. So I would assume, UConn's played a 13, a 5, an 8, a 3, and 2 5s.
Yeah, I don't know what Villanova played.
So I would assume in 18, I know they beat who they beat for the national title? They beat Gonzaga. Who they beat for the national title? 18. I know in 16 they beat North Carolina. Who they beat in 18? I don't remember that off the top of my head.
Fuck.
2018 they beat Michigan 79-62.
Oh, that's right. They beat Michigan.
Oh yeah, it was Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta talk about something.
We'll talk about.
You're just the Hunter Dickinson reporter?
Yeah. But before we get to, because I have stories about that day. It's a fucking crazy day. San Diego State, teams they've beaten. Alabama.
Yeah.
Great offense.
Yeah.
Not that great of a defense.
Yeah. Pretty good, though.
No, they're really good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Creighton, amazing offense, okay defense. I think that UConn is just the full package today, where they clamp them up, and San Diego State has a very hard time scoring.
So does under appeal to you?
I think you have to take the under.
I think it's at 130, 132 right now.
Because I think it's gonna be 15 plus by UConn wins, and I think that I'm going under. But let me tell you, I think that. Do you think the women's game might have had more viewers yesterday than tonight?
No, I don't think so. I think just by natural habit, people are going to tune in and watch.
Yeah. Also,
CBS.
3 o'clock yesterday was
Jim Nance's last game.
Actually, wasn't that was probably because of WrestleMania, right?
I don't know what it was for, but usually it's not at 3:30 on a Sunday afternoon. But let's just talk about it, because that's a bigger story right now. You taking UConn?
Yeah, UConn.
I am too. It's going to be the massively public side, right?
Massive.
Yeah, Ebo.
Would San Diego State be just like the most random men's basketball national championship we've had in the last 30 years?
I think it would. I'm trying to think of who the most random ones are.
Because I have the list up, and
if you look back, I just want to go. I'm going through it in my head. If you look back at random national champions, Michigan in '89, which I guess that's outside of 30 years. Never mind. Maryland in 02 is very random, but they were very, very good. Like, they weren't a 5 seed. They were very, very fucking good. Who are the other random champions?
Because, I mean, UConn one is the 7, right, with Shabazz.
But UConn.
But that one didn't feel random.
In 2014, right? But UConn had already won 3, so that took away the randomness because it just became another UConn title. That individual team was very random in the way they won it. Arizona in 97 was random as hell because nobody expected Kentucky to get beat, and then they beat them. There's been a lot of random championship game teams, like Utah in 98, like Georgia Tech one year, like Butler twice, but they rarely win.
When's the last mid-major? Is it like UNLV?
National champ? Almost certainly.
What about Villanova's first championship after their 85 championship? Like the one that was at 2016?
Yeah, but they were a 1 seed, right? I mean, they were expected.
Yeah, it's like those big conferences. It's just still like, I think UNLV is probably the last mid-major, right?
I'm thinking so. Just going over the top of in my mind. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Would you consider the 83 NC State team maybe the most random?
85 Villanova is probably more random than that.
Okay, yeah. Fair.
85 Villanova was a 9, I think. And I think I don't know what NC State was, a 6 maybe. But yeah, it was. People like all the time go think about the 80s and the teams were better back then. We had a lot of random ass shit happen back then. 89 championship was Michigan against Seton Hall, and Michigan's coach had left.
Yeah.
Like it was just we've had some weird shit happen in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
I wish UNLV had won the second title because they would be looked at as an all-time team. You don't realize how incredible 1991 Duke over UNLV is still one of the biggest upsets in the history of the tournament. And then I don't know that it carries that weight these days.
It should. I even look at it
before you were born.
I know, but I still look at it like Duke's looking really good.
All right, the women's game.
Yes.
First of all, the women make more shots than the men right now. That's just a fact.
102 points.
They
play the same amount of time.
They just play quarters. That's the only difference.
Yep.
Now that does change things. It resets the fouls. It does a lot of things.
Makes no sense why they do that.
Yeah, Ebo.
I was just going to say I love the structure of the women's game so much more because of the quarters. I think it allows your superstars to play closer to 40 minutes because you have 2.5-minute breaks baked in. I know there's obviously the TV timeouts for the men's game, but the quarter break feels like a better rest advantage for your stars.
And we never talk about it, but every other sport, every other layer of basketball plays quarters, and then college basketball, men's college basketball just plays halves.
Makes no sense.
I don't know why we do that. It doesn't make sense. Let's just break them up in 10-minute quarters, give them the 2.5-minute break, like you said. Also, it does reset the fouls so they don't become free throw shooting exhibitions as quickly. Because if you're 9 minutes left in the game and you're at 10 fouls, then it's just 9 minutes of nothing but free throws.
Yeah, a double bonus too. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the game itself was a lot of people watched because Caitlin Clark was a supernova. She was a star, and that's been one of the major problems with men's basketball this year. There are no stars. Brandon Miller was the closest thing, and he wasn't exactly likable. He wasn't exactly somebody that everybody was rooting for because of the circumstances. So you didn't have any stars, and now you have Caitlin Clark in Iowa. They come up, and she's scoring 40 points a game, and she's doing things nobody ever heard of. Everybody wanted to watch.
Mm-hmm.
They did something that's very frustrating as a sports fan.
What?
They took out the monster. They did the hard work.
Yeah.
They took out South Carolina.
Yep.
They took out an undefeated team. They went out and did the hard work, and then got beat in the championship. That sucks.
It's the worst because everyone should remember them for the rest of time, but everyone's like, wait, LSU won? That's going to be the LSU won that one?
That happened to us in 2017. Mississippi State beat UConn in the semifinals with the big buzzer beater, and then we lost to South Carolina 2 days later, and nobody, whatever.
Yep.
But the big story is it's Angel Reese taunting Caitlin Clark. Now,
it's the easiest take of all time.
I stayed out of this on Twitter because it somehow became one of the biggest race debates we've had on Twitter in a long time. Whatever. That's dumb.
That's Dave.
I have zero problem with what Angel Reese did. She's on a basketball court. she's making a basketball talk to a basketball player who, by the way, has probably done that to somebody herself. Like, I have zero issue with it. That's basketball. I don't think it's classless. I don't think it's thug behavior. I don't think it's anything. I think it's two basketball players talking shit, and that happens every fucking game. Yes.
So I disagree a little bit. I think the race thing is so stupid that's just, we don't have to even talk about that. I think what she did was fine. I don't care what but I think it was kind of I hate this word, but I'm going to say it. I think it was kind of cringy because what she was doing, like the way she did this for like 5 minutes at the end, like Caitlin Clark, first of all, never did anything to LSU. She never disrespected LSU. She went like this the last game when she scored 40 points to her own bench.
Yeah.
So they were like taunting her a lot where like, you just won a national championship, and after you're still talking about Caitlin Clark, who also just dropped 30 points.
So I never said it was smart.
Okay, I think it was cringy what she did.
There were 11 players on Iowa's team wearing Iowa uniforms that you could have talked shit to. The girl that dropped 30 on your ass, maybe give her some respect. Maybe show her a little. The girl that should have won, the young lady that should have won the most outstanding player, regardless of the fact that they lost, she absolutely should have won that.
Oh, she was, yes.
I maybe don't talk shit to her, but still, it's still basketball. It's still just in the heat of the moment. I just didn't have much of it.
I think I love a villain in sports. We always need a villain in sports,
Yeah.
but I think talking shit when you're up 10 or 15 with a minute left is soft, in my opinion. If you're doing that all game, you're going like this shit in her face all game, I love that. But Caitlin Clark did everything she did the last game. She didn't do anything to LSU. They just did their own, like, I think they took it upon themselves to motivate themselves. But
now I have a take. Are y'all ready for this nuclear take? The racial conversation, the Angel Reese conversation, took away from what should be the real conversation was that Kim Mulkey's the fucking worst.
The worst.
The worst.
Oh, my God.
We talked, I don't know if it's me and Rico, me and Ev. I know it wasn't me and you. We talked about how many look at me coaches are there in the world. It was you?
Yeah, I texted in the group chat.
How many look at me coaches are there? She's the biggest look at me coach in the world. Her outfits, she's standing out. The fact that they teed up Caitlin Clark for dropping the ball once and didn't tee her up once, and she's standing there, she's putting
boxed
her
her out.
I just, she is just an asshole on the court. Now, she wins. She is a terrific coach. But fuck, why are we going to let her act like that when we're teeing up the players?
So I liked her because I didn't know anything about her, right? I saw what she was wearing. I'm like, that's pretty cool. She started crying a minute left in the game, and it's like, and then when they won, she went onto the thing and went like this, like, go with your players. Your players just won. But what she did, I'll give her this, that she did take a team that sucked.
Oh, she's
and
great.
made them in. I didn't know about the old Baylor stuff. Some bad things.
She's a phenomenal coach.
Bad things happened with her, but I just think she was the most look at me. She was in. If Dan Hurley did that, he would get teed up 6 times during a game.
Yeah.
She was in a person's ear nonstop. She annoyed the shit out of me during that game.
All right. So,
also, people yelling at Dave. Dave had 20. This is what gamblers do. They lash out when he needed Iowa to win $25K. That's what Dave's doing, and you guys all are just making him. I don't know why people have to make it about race. It's so stupid.
This drama is great though. Like, it's, if they play next year in non-conference, I'll watch a non-conference women's basketball game between
100%.
Iowa and LSU.
no, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
Not if Caitlin Clark's in the WNBA, you won't.
She's not going. She's not eligible. It's gonna be a rematch.
Caitlin Clark can still play women's college
She could
basketball?
technically play 2 more years because she will get a COVID year.
I feel like she's been there for a while.
She'd make more money at Iowa anyway than
Yeah, she
WNBA.
Yeah, I put on the sheet. What do you think? What could she make in NIL next year? What do you think the number is?
I think she could probably get $1 million.
Because right now the number one on 3, I believe, is Bronny with $7.3 million.
I don't believe that.
I mean, she is a legend in Iowa right now. And Iowa loves its legends. It's college sports legends. Like, they don't have pro sports. They love their college sports legend. Yeah, she could be 7 figures, no problem. Tomorrow.
I don't believe this NIL money. I don't believe when people are saying they're getting $5 mil, $4 mil. I think it's a lot lower than people. I think it's being lied about.
I think it's pretty
I
out.
think Bronny's gonna get $7 million.
I don't know about Bronny.
Isn't Archie Manning getting like $8 million?
Well, Nico Iamaleava at Tennessee has famously gotten $8 million. The quarterback Jaden Rashada agreed to $13 million with Florida, and then Florida's boosters wouldn't back up the deal, I think, or don't let me speak out of turn on that. But it fell apart.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The numbers are legitimate.
Really?
Yeah, the people that love college sports are fanatical and crazy about college sports, and they think they have that's their end to participate.
Mm-hmm.
They're rich.
They feel
They
like
got
they own
money.
the team, basically.
They're part of the team. They're on they're helping. If they win the championship, they won that championship. They get a ring. It's
Oh, whoever paid Nigel Pack to come should have given him extra shoes as well. That was crazy.
saying he should have packed extra shoes.
Got him.
All right, you want to talk any more college basketball? I think we got it.
No, can we do the real quick, Hunter?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, basically,
In the
what
transfer portal.
Hunter Dickinson in the transfer portal. So I did tag the wrong account for my podcast.
And trying to you tagged the wrong account to your podcast.
Yeah, but I was before Jeff Goodbum.
Yeah.
So basically, we sit down and do a podcast, and I knew 2 days before Hunter was transferring. I'm a nice fella. I care about him, so I didn't do it before because he wanted to talk to Jawan first. Makes sense. We sit down with Kim English, and all of a sudden, Hunter's like, bro, you got to hurry up. I was like, hurry up what? He goes, because people have alerts on for the transfer portal.
Yeah.
So Hunter didn't tell anyone. He just told me. But they have alerts on, so people were starting to tweet it.
We'll see in the actual.
So I'm trying, I'm illiterate, so I don't know how to spell. I was trying to make sure everything was spelt right, and whatever. But Goodbum is such a loser because he's been coming after me, being like, "Oh, I'm advising Hunter to do stupid things. I'm trying to hurt his career." I don't fuck with people that make it personal and stuff. So they're like, owner of the company texted me, being like, I cursed out Goodman. He's being a loser. Like, he shouldn't be doing that.
Well,
this guy sucks.
Can I just say something to you real quick?
Yeah.
If, and this is a big if, Hunter Dickinson actually, you know what? You shut up. I'm talking to Hunter Dickinson right now. Hunter, you're a big man. If you ever take advice from this one over here about anything, about basketball, about life, particularly about dating, about Taco Bell orders, you are a fucking fool and you're going to fail. How about that?
I think he knows that.
Okay, yeah, I figured he did.
Yeah, I think he knows that. And that's where it's like I'm friends with the guy, and these old fucks.
Actually, I take that back.
Taco Bell, or I could.
Marty is a Taco Bell expert.
Yeah.
So if he tells you something at Taco Bell, probably listen to him.
Yeah.
And McDonald's.
But I just don't like when people say that shit because Goodbum, like you're 50 years old texting 20-year-olds like, what are you doing? What's tell me the news? Like, you're a loser. Just because I beat you, sack up and stop being a loser. But with what's crazy, what's happening, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I've been on phone calls.
Phone for what?
For people recruiting Hunter. I've been on the pitch sales. People have been hitting me up. I have been sales pitch, not the pitch sales. See, sometimes I mix those up.
It's okay.
But the fact that I'm part of these conversations, I have people hitting me up being like, hey, what can we do? It's crazy. Like, Rico's doing his old power broker thing. I'm legitimately in these conversations. Marshall Henderson hit me up. Colin Gillespie hit me up. These people, I'm not going to keep going because there's a lot more because I don't want to, whatever Hunter's doing, he's doing. It's crazy I'm part of these conversations.
Did Marshall Henderson need some drugs or something?
Marshall's a good guy.
He needed a hookup?
He's a good guy. But it's just funny where people are like, hey, how can we help?
I never cease to be amazed at the stupidity that happens around me. So whatever, that makes sense.
But also, Kobe Buffkin went to the NBA. Jet Howard went to the NBA. Hunter is on I don't know what he didn't say what his decision was for, but I'm saying it for myself.
Forget Michigan. He could go to the NBA. Why isn't he going to the NBA?
I think it's because it's this year that there was bad, so his draft stock wasn't great. Like I think it's just this. If he say he goes to a Power 5 team,
Yeah.
like a really good team.
Mississippi State, yeah.
What if happens if Mississippi State is too good of a team? You know, like they don't throw money at people. Ole Miss though, they throw money because they also just hire everyone that everyone hates. Because Chris Beard went there.
Yeah, no comment. All right. So I want to talk about Major League Baseball. Like, I really want to talk about Major League Baseball. I need to tell you guys something. Whenever I bet on baseball, I'm usually just acting because I don't watch it a lot. I know the history. I am a supreme baseball fan from back in the 80s and 90s, but these days I'm not taking time out of my schedule and watching a baseball game until this year. Marty, I watched 3 Mets-Marlins games this weekend from start to finish. This pitch clock has changed the whole fucking thing. The whole game has changed. And you say, oh, yeah, you're a casual. That's exactly what I'm telling to you. I'm a casual. I'm not going to sit and give you 4 hours for a baseball game in April. But I'll give you 2.5 to 3. And I've watched, the Mets Marlins are on the TV right here in New Jersey. So I watched it because I have YouTube TV, and apparently it doesn't have very good MLB package right now. But I watched it, and it's delightful. I don't know if it's like this in every other game, but this pitch clock has changed the way I feel about baseball.
100%. And that's what they're doing. They want the casuals like yourself and other people to be like, oh, fuck, I couldn't.
But even the diehards, like you watched every Yankees game anyway.
Yeah.
It's better.
Bro,
It just flows.
It is so much.
It flows.
I want to say something because
momentum can happen.
And I get to know when I get to go to the bathroom because it's like, oh, 3 outs, let's go. I'll go to the bathroom. And then during play, it just flows. The game just goes.
It is so fast. It's crazy. We were talking about stats before. The 81 games the second half of the season last year, the Red Sox had 10 stolen bases.
Yeah.
The Orioles had 10 this weekend.
So
that's crazy.
At this point last year, and I got this from Hub, so I hope it's right. There were 29 stolen bases. This year there are 70. The stolen base is back as a weapon in baseball. That's both based on the pitch clock and the new rule where you can only throw over twice, right?
Yep.
But I think anything to get the stolen base and excitement back in the game helps a little bit. Like there are I don't know did we see that coming? Did we predict the steals would be way up?
Yeah.
We did. Okay.
Yeah, and I think they tried out in high A last year or double A last year, and the steals were way up.
Because it's so different. Let me tell you, like I've said this before, I like it as a fan, but the pitch clock is so fucked up for the pitchers because when you have a 30-pitch inning, you need to take a fucking second. Get yourself. But when you can't take a second because you will have a throw a ball or it'll be a balk soon. But it's such an advantage for the runner as well because the runner just has to watch you. But if he also looks at the clock and there's 3 seconds left, he takes off because you're not throwing over with 2 seconds left on the clock. You're just not going to do it.
So what you're saying is the era of the fat pitcher might be over?
CC Sabathia, Alex Manoah, you fat fuck. I hate that guy. He struggled. He honestly did. He got beat up on it because you can't take your time. You can't fuck with hitters. Like the timing shit is tough for these pitchers. It's the Giants closer who takes a ton of time to throw the ball. He was dumbfounded out there.
Yeah.
And I love when the umpires come out. The umpires come out. They go like this.
Yeah.
It's for one ball. It's awesome.
Yeah. I saw. Yeah, I saw a pitch clock violation in Mets and Marlins. He stands up, goes like this, ball.
Yep, ball.
That's embarrassing.
They even Aaron Hicks came up to bat. He didn't even get in the box yet, and already on the thing it said 1-0, and they already started off with a 1-0 count. It's fucking horrible.
I really enjoy it. Looking around the league, like you said, stolen bases are up.
What I will say about the pitch clock is I was at the Reds Pirates opening day game with Dana Beers and
hold on. What?
Yeah, I was at the Reds Pirates opening day game in Cincinnati with Dana Beers. Shooting content. What else? But
not you.
problem,
I'm not questioning you being there, Booze. I'm questioning Dana being there.
Dana is all Cincinnati.
Dana said, I liked Cincinnati 6 months ago, and now he's going to opening day baseball games, Marty?
Yo, opening day in Cincinnati, though, is fucking awesome.
No, I know that, but I
Yep.
Very
Dana
random. Anyway,
hold on, Booze. Hold on, I'm not finished with Dana. This motherfucker, Marty, goes way back with you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly you. But he was almost off the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saved him. Saved his whole life.
Facts.
But he got himself to a position where he was touring around these college towns. Now, I thought this was him choosing his college team, and he chose the University of Cincinnati. Turns out he just actually chose the whole city of Cincinnati, and now he gets to go to Reds games, which brings me to this point. If you, like he, had put yourself in a position to choose a city, anything, why in the fuck did he choose Cincinnati, Ohio?
Quite possibly picked the worst one.
Miami, San Diego, Denver,
UCLA.
L.A.
Anywhere.
Not him. Cincinnati.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Walk the Line
Yeah.
has produced some winners.
Yeah.
They've all outgrown us.
Yeah.
Dana's literally he gets to go wherever he wants. Basically what he does. And 2, Jack is just like, he basically is just a head of pen.
But again,
And they all hate us.
like you said, he gets to go wherever he wants. And he chose Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Now, once more, I must say that this started with him choosing his college team, which is fine. He's from the Northeast, not a lot of college football up there. He's still a Celtics, Red Sox fan, right?
Yeah.
So now he just also has the Reds?
Yeah, I know. It's not fair.
Now, what happened at the Cincinnati game? Evo?
Well, because of the
Not Evo,
did you-
booze.
because of the pitch clock, the lines to get like a beer or even just go to the bathroom were always long. Because like when I would go to like a Phillies game, the long pitch clock, I would go in like the middle of like the 5th inning, not in the middle, but like during when like the opposing team was batting, and there would be no lines. But because of the rushed pitch clock, everybody's trying to go to the bathroom and everybody's trying to get their beers.
Huh. Interesting.
You could miss an inning getting a beer.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I missed a full inning.
Oh, it's someone over there in the back. This team sucks. Just dropped a fly ball and lost the game because of it. It was one of the worst things. You can't actually come in here tell me you believe in a team that's that big of a joke.
Evo?
I said it was the worst loss in Orioles history.
It's the worst loss in baseball
But-
history.
I kind of missed it because I was watching women's basketball all weekend. So
That happened Saturday, and there was, right? Didn't that fly ball happen Saturday?
yeah, but I was just watching tape.
There were no women's
Yeah,
games
I was
Saturday.
trying to cap the championship.
Your team's
game.
a joke. It's fine as your joke. It's just like
Grinding the tape, though.
Yeah, I was just grinding tape. It's regular season baseball, 3rd game of the year. Who cares?
I
So
can't believe the Red Sox gave up Xander Bogaerts.
looking around the league, the Twins are 3-0, the Rays are 3-0, the Rangers are 3-0, and they beat the Phillies, who were 0-3.
I wish he was here because they up 11 runs. They let up 16 runs.
And then yesterday,
And
they only gave up 2 runs, and they lost 2-1.
It's a joke. The
Uh,
Phillies, I mean, that's not good.
You know what I don't notice so far this year? You know how usually in the first week of the season you have that one player who just goes off and has like 5 home runs in the first 6 games. I know C.J. Crone's got 3. Is it Trace
Trace
Thompson?
Thompson.
He's got 3.
Yeah.
But there isn't-
Sander, I think, has 3 as well.
There isn't this guy just absolutely tearing shit up like at a clip that's.
There's just a lot of good. There's been a lot of good, not like insane.
What Adam Duvall did to us this weekend was insane. He was like the best hitter on planet. It
Yeah.
was like Barry Bonds this weekend,
Yeah,
and
it's-
he'll be on the Braves. Traded to the Braves by the trade deadline. They'll hit 5 home runs in the playoffs.
Didn't he already play for the Braves?
Yeah. Oh, he always gets traded back.
To the Braves. He always
Yeah.
comes home to the Braves.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about it, but we could have a normal conversation. But Verlander being hurt I'll never root for injuries, but it's just funny. The Mets really just find ways to.
Well, he still went 3-1.
But like I always say that, like the Mets, but like the Yankees literally have 2 starting pitchers right now, and everyone's complaining about the Mets. It's like everyone's hurt.
Well, first of all, you're talking to probably the most educated Mets fan here.
Yeah.
And I watched several games. Kodai Senga is a problem.
The ghost pitch.
He got through the first inning. The first inning was rough, but once he got through that, he was.
Did you see the ghost pitch?
Yeah.
That ball.
Just whoop.
I've never seen a ball spin like this, and then all of a sudden go a little outside and dip down. It's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah, he's. I think he might be.
Where do these Japanese players get
Japan.
all? What?
I thought you were gonna say where are these Japanese players?
Oh, where do these Japanese pitchers find all these pitches? Because like
Japan.
remember
Daisuke?
Daisuke had the whatever the
What do you call it?
the gyro.
Yeah, that's
gyro
right.
ball.
Yeah.
And then somebody else had something. It ended up just being like the ephus, which is like nothing. I think
is.
They all make up pitches.
It is crazy that there's baseball other places in other parts of the world, and they just make shit up that we never even thought of.
But I feel like this ghost pitch might just be a splitter.
It is. Football, right?
Yeah. But they just call it like, we got to have this guy.
Yeah, because he's from Japan, he gets to have cool names for things.
Yeah.
I have to talk about something real quick. If you guys will permit me 2 minutes.
I know a little bit about what happened. I saw clips.
If you guys will give me 2 minutes, I'm about to talk about WrestleMania. That's what's about to happen.
And I get to talk about my Lakers after that.
No.
Yep.
Maybe.
I'm a Lakers fan.
No, maybe. We'll see. WrestleMania 39 happened in LA this weekend. I didn't go. I stayed home, watched it with my daughter. It was delightful. But it was one of the better WrestleMania events I've ever seen. I would say it's a top 3 to top 5 WrestleMania for most of it. It was epic. It had a great IC title match between Sheamus, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre. That was incredible. Match of the Year candidate. Rhea Ripley won the SmackDown Women's title. Incredible match. Rey Mysterio against Dominic Mysterio might have been my favorite match of the whole weekend. It was just fun from the beginning. The tag match, the main event of the first night, the Usos against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, was phenomenal. Great happy ending. And if they stick the landing on Sunday night, it's maybe the greatest WrestleMania of all time, period. And they blew it. They didn't. They punted. They had Cody Rhodes all set to beat Roman Reigns. The crowd was hot. Everything was ripe for an all-time moment. And they fucking punted the ball down the road. And Roman Reigns continues for the third straight Mania, walks out as the champion. And I thought it ruined the entire thing. It was just a wet fart of an ending. I have no idea why they did it. Now they're being sold for $9 billion. They're being sold to the company that owns UFC.
Is it a fake Vince McMahon that's out there?
Oh, that's Vince McMahon.
Doesn't look
But he is no, that's him. Oh, I could tell by his eyes, buddy. But the mustache, the dyed eyebrows. Have you seen Vince McMahon?
It's scary.
The fact that he dyed his eyebrows and mustache is crazy to me.
It's gross.
Look at that. That's a villain on a Batman in 1960.
For some reason, it seems racist.
It kind of does.
Like, it's just, I think he's racist for whatever he did.
What's he going for? Is he going for Italian?
I think he's like half Italian, half Mexican.
What is going on?
For.
Like, okay, if you grow a mustache, fine. Just the dyed hair, the dyed eyebrows, the dye. You know how fine you gotta be to dye your eyebrows?
And his mustache is so thin. Like, what happened? He looks like the guy from Jimmy Kimmel.
What's all right?
What's the guy from Jimmy Kimmel?
I don't know. I'm selling my company for $9 billion. What's my look? Well,
I mean, he's being forced into the sale, correct? He's a bit of.
He was always trying to sell.
Okay,
it.
I thought maybe he was a man in crisis. Which
look up the
he
guy.
might be.
Look up the guy.
Is it Guillermo?
Guillermo. He looks like Guillermo.
Trent said he looks like he ties damsels to railroad tracks, I believe. Snidely Whiplash.
That's exactly what he looks like. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But they didn't stick the landing. If they had, it would have been an all-time great.
Couple takes from my WrestleMania.
Logan
Paul dominates. He is so good as a wrestler.
Logan Paul is incredible.
What he did with and what he's done with Prime and the integration of it is actually.
If you don't watch wrestling, you think it's fake. Let me just put it like this: Imagine Logan Paul just showed up at the World Series, started 3 games, and had a 1.5 ERA and won 2 of them. That's what he does in wrestling.
He's unbelievable.
He shows up in wrestling, and he is good. He gets it. He understands what's going on. He carries himself like a pro. Like, he is phenomenal at it.
Pitch clock got you to baseball.
Yeah.
Logan Paul got me to wrestling.
Did you watch his match?
I watched like some clips of it. Like the
His
long
entrance.
It was awesome, and what he did to KSI. Like, KSI is a huge person, and everyone's seeing who's in the thing, and then he hits KSI himself. That's incredible. I also watched Pat McAfee and George Kittle. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then Snoop Dogg. So who's the guy who broke his leg?
Shane McMahon.
That was fucking funny.
Shane McMahon came out.
He really got hurt.
Tore his quad.
That was the most unathletic
The
thing I've
McMahons
ever
have a
seen.
history of tearing their quads in high stress situations like that.
It was
Vince McMahon in 2005 at the Royal Rumble was supposed to get in the ring, and he tore both quads getting into the ring. And he was supposed to stand and talk to him, and he ended up just sitting there up against the ropes talking to him like this.
that was the most unathletic thing I've. And so Snoop Dogg did that just out of nowhere, right?
They called an audible on the fly, I think. Yeah.
Good for Snoop Dogg.
And I think, and I don't know this for a fact, I don't know if they ever taught him how to punch. I think he just punched the Miz.
Yes.
I don't think they really faked it. I think he just punched him.
Yes.
Because
Is the Miz like? Is he
he's great.
becoming like the biggest one?
No. But
Really?
he's a solid guy that
He's a good heel.
he's a solid guy that they can ask to eat shit all the time, and he'll always eat shit.
'Cause he also ate shit against
Yeah.
Pat McAfee.
Hey, Miz basically the Brandon Walker of WWE. He can handle a mic. He's out there, but he's gonna eat shit most times.
Yeah. All right. It got me interested in it.
Yeah.
Last thing on WrestleMania before we move back to the real sports that aren't scripted. The whole
We better not talk about NFL then.
the whole Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio thing is quite bizarre to me as someone who watched wrestling for the first time in a year.
Ebo, when they announced this was going to be a match, or when we first had this as a rumored match like 6 months ago, I was like, no. It is fantastic. They've turned this Dominic, this young kid. He went. So the story is he went to. They did a storyline at the Mysterio's house, and he caused a big ruckus, and the cops came and pulled him
The
out of there.
TikTok they played was like actually hilarious.
The cop came and pulled him out of there, and he spent one night in a holding cell, and that was it. But then he put a teardrop tattoo, and he became Prison Dom, and he got delivered to WrestleMania in the back of a cop car, and it was unbelievable. And the Rey Mysterio comes out riding a lowrider with Snoop. It was phenomenal stuff. Phenomenal stuff. If they had stuck the landing, all-time Mania, they didn't.
Andrew Wiggins is coming back to the Warriors.
Okay. Before we get to your Lakers take, the Masters is this week. Masters.
I already know who's winning.
Who's winning?
Brooks Koepka.
If you like that, you can put $100 on that and win yourself a cool $3,300.
Okay.
$200 gets you $6,600.
That's good.
I picked out a 10,000 to 1 guy today. Thangala.
Okay.
He's my $10,000
I like him.
guy. He's my 10,000. He's my 100 to win 10,000.
Did you watch Full Swing?
Yes.
Loved him in that.
Okay. Rory McIlroy is your favorite at 7 to 1. That's not a very prohibitive favorite.
He's the favorite?
Yep. Scotty Scheffler also 7 to 1.
Okay.
And you got John Rahm right behind them at 850. Then a big jump to Patrick Cantlay at 16 to 1. Jordan Spieth 16 to 1. Tony Finau 22 to 1. I don't hate him. Xander Schauffele 22 to 1. Cam Smith 22 to 1. Justin Thomas 22 to 1. I don't hate him. That's really good odds on Justin fucking Thomas. Max Homa is 25 to 1. Colin Morikawa is 25 to 1. Dustin Johnson 28 to 1. Cam Young 28 to 1. Jason Day 28 to 1. Victor Hovland 33. Brooks Koepka 33.
Brooks Koepka just won the live event.
Will Zalatoris, by the way, who I took 3 months ago to win the Masters at 22 to 1, is currently 45 to 1. So probably a
What happened to him? He kind of
Can't
fell
putt.
off a little. Yeah,
he
has the
can't
yips.
physically putt.
He has the thing.
Yeah, he has the yips.
Yeah, he's got the yips. Brooks Koepka just won the. I think a live player is going to win this to cause chaos.
So Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Cam Smith.
Yep.
Those are your live players, right?
Is Bryson in there?
Bryson is. Do you know where Bryson is?
No.
Plus 12,500.
He sucks, huh?
Yeah, plus
Wow.
12,500. Like
That's why he took the bag, because he realized he sucks.
in golf, you can be great one week and suck the next. Like if somebody says, "I'll give you a guaranteed bag," you should always take the guaranteed bag, unless you have a conscience, and then maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah,
But
I'd take it.
guaranteed bags in golf are like that. Golf doesn't have guaranteed money.
Did you see the reports of like Koepka's cold feet and that he would reportedly have to pay back 4 times the signing bonus or something like that? So he would owe, if he left live, he would owe them $400 million, which I don't even know how you would pay that back.
Going to leave, and if you can still play in the Masters, like you can play in all. Can you play in all 4 majors?
Well, I certainly think he can play in the U.S. Open. I doubt a PGA Championship was the one that would be trip you up, right?
But yeah, I mean, listen, you can play at Augusta.
Even the PGA Championship is. I don't think it's a PGA Tour event. I think that's PGA of America, and the PGA Tour and PGA of America, two different things.
If you can get paid $100 million and still play in Augusta, I don't know why you wouldn't.
They're eligible for all 4 majors this year.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Why the fuck would you not play and live then? That seriously.
yeah. It is weird.
I get the other shit, but like, you can still play in all the majors that people care about.
Scotty Scheffler, 100 to win 700 is pretty good.
That's what I love about golf. Like the favorite is still. Like if you ever hit a plus 700 bet, you're like, holy shit.
We have a wild prop on here. These just went live kind of recently. To be cited by a 4-man playoff, 66 to 1. It's a wild one. I've never even thought about a 4-man playoff, but that could be.
When's the last time we had a four-man playoff in any tournament?
I don't know.
It feels like I remember 3-man playoffs. I don't know that. I'm sure there's been several.
Yeah, there's got to be.
Yeah. So Masters this week. Hit your Lakers thing.
Well, first of all, I had an 8-team parlay yesterday. NBA money line 8-team parlay. Hit 7. Guess which one I lost?
The Lakers.
Timberwolves minus 19.5. I had a money line and lost. That's the one that lost.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's on the sheet here.
It's fucking. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, I didn't expect to hit it anyway, but that's
the biggest spread upset in 32 years.
Yeah, well, I had it money line and lost.
Blazers plus 19.5 pull off biggest spread upset since Magic defeated the Bulls in 1991.
Isn't that crazy? That's the one I lost.
What was your parlay?
I had 8. It was like I had basically every team. The Bulls, I had the Cavs, I had the Raptors, I had a bunch. I've said this before. This guy's in my head. Patrick Schwarzenegger is in my head. He's absolutely like gotten me on the Lakers. Like, I believe they're going to win the championship. I really do. And they've been looking very good. Anthony Davis is healthy. And Austin Reeves is a great third player. The Lakers can win the net.
He's certainly not their third player.
Huh?
He's certainly not their third player.
What do you mean?
What, Ebo?
He might be.
Austin Reeves is the Lakers' third player?
He's not. It's not Mike, bro.
He's pretty good.
He is.
D'Angelo Russell exists?
Yeah, no, he doesn't compared to Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is the third best player on the Lakers.
He got a signature shoe this weekend.
All right.
I thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Yesterday,
awesome.
Anthony Davis, 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, 18, 10, and 11. Well, I'll be goddamn.
What did Austin Reeves have?
18 and 8. He had 18 and 8.
He's so good.
I got another player back there on that bench that had 20. Rui Hachimura.
Yeah, Rui
Hachimura had 20.
The Lakers can.
That's not a bad team, man.
Oh, it's not.
Listen.
Like, you have LeBron James and
if Anthony Davis is healthy, and then like Hachimura's a good bench piece. D'Angelo Russell can get you 25 some nights.
They're a half game out of 6th place too. Like, they can avoid the first play. Like,
who's their point guard? Schroeder?
It's Schroeder comes off the bench though, so I think it's D'Angelo Russell.
Man,
they're a good team. They don't care till now. LeBron James is still LeBron James. Anthony Davis is one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, the problem is that second round game where it's the series is tied at 1, and then you're like, oh down. Man, and then and then you see the report on the TV, Anthony Davis questionable back spasms, and he's done for the year.
Yeah, but the West is wide open.
No, it is. It is.
I want the Lakers to stay.
They're solidly in the playoffs right now.
I want the Lakers to stay in the 7th seed and who's the
Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies. I would love to shut up Dylan Brooks, that loser.
Yeah.
I hate Dylan Brooks. He's such a loser.
Man, God, if you're the 1 seed, you can catch the Lakers. If you're the 2 seed, you can catch the Lakers. If you're the 3 seed, you're going to catch the Warriors. Like it's not great up there at the top. Why were the Blazers 19.5-point dogs? I guess nobody played.
Lillard doesn't. They shut down Lillard.
Because I mean they're not god awful. I mean they're bad, but they're not god awful.
The lineup they put out there without Dame sometimes is maybe like a college level roster.
No, I saw Skylar Mays played big minutes for them yesterday.
Come Come on.
Like when they get in punt mode, like they got in punt mode, I think like at times last year too, and they just like do not care.
Marty, what are your picks for tonight?
My picks are UConn -7. I'm gonna add the under. If we can add that. Look at my record in fucking March,
pretty good,
huh?
yeah.
Yankees -1.5. White Sox money line. Cubs money line. Royals money line.
I just have 2 plays tonight. I like the Brewers to win. I think that game's starting in an hour, maybe. I like the Brewers to win. Again, gigantic Mets guy. Watched them all weekend. You know, they're flying cross country from Miami to Milwaukee, and they're playing a day game. Their eyes are going to be tired.
Yeah,
Their eyes are going to be tired, Marty. Tired eyes.
I like that.
And then I like UConn to what didn't say UConn money line, did it? UConn -7.5.
No, it was UConn -7.5.
Yeah.
You took Brewers money line.
And if I were picking a total, I would pick the under. But I felt great. I felt phenomenal about under 130 the other night for FAU and San Diego, and they flew over.
Yeah, I took that over, but I think this FAU doesn't play a great defense, so that's why. But I don't know. I love the under tonight. Also, the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
It's laughable how bad they are.
Did you see my boy Hunter Renfroe's catch?
Yes, I did.
Mississippi State.
You know what's crazy is one of our diehard baseball guys like, yeah, I wasn't really impressed by that. It was luck.
Who said that? Hubs? Carl?
No, one of the social guys.
Yeah,
one.
Meek Phil.
Okay. See, he's the worst person we have.
he was like, yeah, it's just luck. I'm not really that impressed.
That's not luck.
He lives he has so many. Meek Phil's a wild card, man.
That was one of the most impressive catches of all time.
I was almost certain the music would have been playing by now. There it goes.
That was a good show.
It was fine.
You didn't like it?
I'm going to be here tomorrow, and then I am going south.
Where are you going?
Going to Augusta, Georgia for a couple days.
You know my dad's going to be there on Sunday.
Really?
You going to be there for Sunday?
The weather looks like it sucks.
Really?
I haven't decided. I got tickets for all 4 days. I'm going to go until I'm tired of it.
I mean, that'd be crazy to go the first 3 days.
And then I'm going to Mississippi. No, I think that'd be best.
What?
Go the first 3 days, enjoy it, and then go home and watch the exciting stuff on TV. I don't think you can follow it very well in person.
Go to 18.
With everybody else?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not everybody. It's a hard ticket to get.
The Yak is up next.